Both teams into position. Will the Blues continue their winning form, or will the Saints pull off another upset? Round 5, Saturday night action. It's Carlton and St Kilda from Icon Park. Watt, the former Blue, in the ruck. Moody came over the top and got the first tap, but it's Saints onto the footy first. Vesely ran into Vesio. Egan to Moody. Pumps it inside 50 for the first time. And Fitzpatrick has been so impressive for St Kilda this season on the last line of defence. Hosking couldn't quite complete the mark under some physical pressure. And the Saints will get it towards the wing. Awkward bounce there, beat Harrington. At the back, here's Wilson. Harrington goes back, wins the footy, spins out of trouble. She was surrounded, did it beautifully. Egan to Pound, and now Moody.
Grace Egan already showing how important she's been for this Carlton side so far in 2020. 2 touches already. She's such a great ball winner for this Blues outfit. Vesio tackled, released the handball to Loyne. She's under some pressure as well. Dillon's been so impressive for the Saints. Rosie Dillon, she'll be headed for a Rising Star nomination as well if she can continue her current form. Spent 3 seasons with Hawthorn's VFLW program, won their best and fairest last season. There's been a real dynamo on the inside for the Saints as Moody gets it and wins it to Prespakis. Almost run down by Exon. It affected the kick. Here is Johnson. Couldn't quite control it for her first touch. Vesio flipped it in the Prespakis direction. Umpire said it was a throw. So the Saints play a defence-first style of football. They get numbers back behind the footy. Priest will go short to Lucas Rod. They are a very well-structured side. Peter Searle's got them playing some great defensive footy, but I think that if they are going to get over the top of the Blues today, they're going to have to really attack hard as well on the contrary.
Fitzpatrick got it to McDonald off the hands of the contest, and she bounces a football towards Greiser, who's got Wilson for company. Wilson just got a piece of her. It affected the kick. The mark taken by Harrington. So the Blues will now look to switch. Lalawifi, dangerous kick. Just clears Exon. And fortunately for the Blues, there's Prespakis to try and tidy it up. She links up with Hosking. And Sarah looks for an option on the inside, finds Egan. So Grace Egan, 3rd touch for her coming up. What a bargain she's proven to be for the Blues. Slipped away from under Richmond's nose and Carlton pounced. Here's Dalton at the back looking to pounce for Carlton. Fitzpatrick tries to run her down, didn't enough. And wins the free kick. And I think we said last week, Clara Fitzpatrick might be the quickest 29-year-old in the comp.
Yeah, she's certainly got me covered at 29 years of age.
Vesely, no one stands the mark, so she can gain 5 metres, draw a couple of players, and then give off a handball to Lucas Rod. Another former Blue to another one in Exon. Spent season 1 at Carlton, Nat Exon, before heading north to Brisbane. Goes in the Greiser direction, and the Blues get numbers around Caitlin Greiser, and the mark taken by Harrington. Again looking to switch. Hosking to Pound. She'll bring it back to the broadcast side. Lalawifi's got to sit and wait. Greiser did well. Forced a contest. Can receive the handball. Pressure from Lalawifi. Greiser's shot at goal is a beauty. Opening goal to the Saints and Caitlin Greiser. The Blues looking for the double switch. Kick didn't hit its target, and Greiser makes them pay.
The Blues just caught being a little bit too pretty on their switches there. Caitlin Greiser, what a find she's been for this Saints outfit. Under pressure there by Lalawifi, and she managed to slot it through.
Perfect start for the Saints. They draw first blood on Saturday Night Football. Watt bundled out of the way. Here's Egan again on hands and knees. Prespakis will feed it back to Pound. Has a little bit of time to assess her options. And then kicks towards half forward, tries to turn the defence around off the chest of Lucas Rod, confronted by Moody, goes back, tries to win the football. Moody takes her down. Vesely to Johnson. She gets the kick towards half forward. Again, Harrington's been good early, 4th touch.
Oh, she's been brilliant. She really is just this brick wall for the Saints forwards to try and get through. She's so consistent down there and back.
She read it well. Takes the mark. Chips it down the line. Finds Edwards. Edwards towards the lead of Harris with a couple to beat, and she does just that. Hoists it high inside 50. McAvoy stands underneath it with a few to beat in the air. Umpire says push in the back.
Every time Taylor Harris kicks, you just hear that roar from the crowd, don't you? They love that technique. And I tell you what, I spoke of Darcy Vesio and the consistency that we've seen with her this season. Taylor Harris is another one that's really impressed me, and she needs to continue that for the remaining games.
Yeah, she's always had the talent. It's been about stringing it together week after week and staying even quarter to quarter, and she's doing that this season. Well played, Brazzali. That's a beautifully weighted handball to Hosking, but she got run down. Well read by Mackie. And here goes Patrikios on the burst. Calls Greiser towards her. And Greiser can thump it long, as we know. Gets underneath that one, plenty of height. Sheila was the target, well read by Patrikios. Inside 50 to a dangerous spot. Drennan's got to stand and wait. Egan lays a tackle. Johnson surrounded. Feeds a handball through to Vesely. She can feed it back. Greiser almost within range at 60 if she just bangs it long. But Wilson will cut it off. That long boot of Caitlin Greiser. It's a weapon in terms of turning defences around as well. Not just shooting for goal herself, but setting up opportunities. Dalton was strong in the contest. Controlled it at ground level. Now runs outside 50s. Had a couple of bounces. Wants to take them on and does. Exciting from Chloe Dalton. She'll keep running and receive it back from Edwards. Well played, Dalton. Now to another speedster Walker. What a build-up this is from the Blues. Until that handball misses its target. And the Saints can get back and scramble. Exciting build-up from the 2 rugby sevens players, Walker and Dalton. And in the end, the Blues will get it back through Edwards.
I tell you what, when you've got Walker, Dalton and G leaking up on the wing, it's pretty, I guess, intimidating for defensive sides.
Brazzali will get it on the bounce. She can wind up from 48 and go for home. She's just pulled the kick. Out of bounds, throw in. 3 of the quickest players in the competition, Walker, Dalton and G.
Let's take another look at it, because it was pretty impressive. You've got Dalton there, handballs to G, over to Walker and then back to Dalton. Pretty impressive stuff.
And Dalton with a massive tank. She was training 6 days a week in the lead up to the season. She was doing her sessions with Carlton and the Melbourne Rebels rugby team because she's going to the Tokyo Olympics with Australia's rugby sevens team. So she's as fit as anyone in the comp. Prosparkis, Egan, Downey gets run down from behind by Guttridge. Here's the creative G again. Good things happen when she's got the football in her hands. Harrington inside 50. Stevens couldn't at ground level. Can she on the deck? Harris to the pocket and it'll trickle out. The Blues circling. Al Downey will take this ruck contest against Ree Watt. Got the fierce, dangerous spot. Hosking, can she finish? Yes, she can. Goal apiece at Icon Park.
That was great work by Sarah Hosking. Opportunistic, found the hole and a great finish in front of goal.
One thing about the Blues that's impressive, Abs, they're becoming more predictable with each other, aren't they, the more this group plays together?
They really are, and it's a great thing there to see Sarah finish off with a goal, but the more that they play together, the more comfortable they're getting. They know where one another are, and they know each other's games inside out, so it's exciting to see.
Hosking was smart enough to stay off the contest, and Downey was good enough to spot her and find her as Loynes kicks towards half forward, or played by Shannon at ground level. Jess Hosking now against Exxon. Exxon will be happy to wrap her up and take her down. Handball came out, umpire said play on. Phillips, she's gang tackled and taken down as well. And the umpire will say holding the ball. Brooke Walker will take the free kick for Carlton. Goal apiece in a bright start here at Icon Park. Walker, low trajectory kick to 50 off the hands of Watt. Nicely tidied up at the back, and here's Fitzpatrick released again. But a kick goes straight to the middle. And once again, we see Charlotte Wilson in the right spot to take the intercept mark. She hangs the kick to Dalton, who's good enough to protect the ball drop and take it on her chest. Improving in leaps and bounds is Chloe Dalton. Kick inside 50. Loynes won't get there on the full, but she will get there to scrap at ground level. G and Stevens try to work together. Loynes can't stick the tackle. Patrikios surrounded with poise. Did it well. Flipped it to Johnson. Umpire said the tackle lingered. It's a free kick as Patrikios got dealt with after she released the football. So it'll be a free kick to the Saints. A defensive 50 for Sammy Johnson. She goes in the Shearlaw direction. Now she and Wilson head off after it. Shearlaw hacks it off the deck. That'll be a Carlton ball.
I'll tell you what I'm really loving about this Carlton side as well is that they've got so many players making an influence. It's not just 2, 3, 4, even 5 that they're relying on to really be those impact players. Their entire squad has the ability to make an impact, and they've certainly been doing that in the first 4 games.
Yeah, it's a great point you make, Abs, as it goes through the hands of Loynes. Vesio, umpire says holding the ball, she dropped it. And Darcy a little perplexed with that call. And judging from your reaction, Abs, you agree. Priest down the line. Good strong hands. Good presentation there from Shearlaw, another of these former Blues. There's plenty of them out there tonight for St Kilda. Wilson with courage. Stands underneath it as Greiser comes thundering towards the contest.
They've got Lalawifi running with Greiser as well, and that's an interesting matchup because size-wise, Lalawifi, you know, is quite smaller and probably a little bit less strong than Greiser, so it's interesting to see if Half's going to run with that or potentially match it up differently.
She's got good closing speed and she's very attacking once it hits the deck, so they might be thinking they can exploit it the other way as Harris's handball couldn't find Vesio. Good body work from Vesio to keep it alive for Loynes, who does enough to touch it and make sure it's a throw in. But it was a good point you make about the depth, and we're seeing that right around the league now, Abs. It's a subtle change, but for those who watch a lot of AFLW, in the early seasons it was 4, 5, 6 players who would determine the result of a game. Now the depth within teams is much greater than it used to be. Yeah,
and it's really exciting to see. As I said, no one side is relying on a handful of players to win the games of football. It really is a full team effort playing 4 quarters of football.
Mackie run down by Loynes, and once again, the AFLW warrior Katie Loynes claims another victim. Just throws herself in every contest, does the veteran, and she drills it inside 50 off the hands of Harris. Lovely crumb from Vesio. Hosking for her second. Beautiful finish from the Blues. Once again, quality football, front and centre, Crum, player predictable coming past for the overlap handball, and Hosking the finish.
Brilliant work once again by Sarah Hosking. As we said in her first goal of the game, she hangs off the contest. She recognises that if the ball comes out the side, she's there ready to go and to slot through the goal.
She'd only kicked 3 goals in her 27 AFLW games before tonight. She's got 2 in 1 quarter.
She's got 2 in 1 quarter, Jason. Didn't she love it? Look at this celebration with her and Darcy Vesio. But brilliant work by Sarah. She's just reading the play beautifully and finding the ball.
Guttridge did well. Patrikios delivers inside 50. Watts snuck out the back. Can run into an open goal and the Saints respond. Nice response from the Saints to level it up at 2 goals apiece. And if Coach Peter Searle's drawing one up, that's about as good as it gets. Straight out of the middle, direct inside 50, goal.
She'll be wrapped with that. From centre bounce to a goal, all within about 10 seconds, Jace. That's how they like it.
So, Abs, this is a side of Charlotte Wilson's development. We talk about footy IQ. knowing when to roll the dice and when not to get caught out of position. And that just comes with experience.
Absolutely it does. And as we mentioned, second year of footy, she's only 19 years of age, and the ball just came out the back, and a brilliant finish by Rhiannon Watt.
He was able to get goal side as Prasparkas got the handball and will get the free kick. Pushed in the back in the tackle. So 2 goals apiece in the opening term here at Icon Park. Entertaining contest on Saturday night football. Flat punt inside 50, down at the back. The overlap this time was Egan. Can she finish? She can! Quality football.
How good is this, Jace? It's looking to be a bit of a shootout here. Centre bounces to goals, but a great finish by Grace Egan. What a pickup she's been by this Carlton Football Club. She played in the VFLW for Richmond, and then as a part of the bidding process, Carlton made the bid and Richmond didn't match that bid. So I bet you that they're kicking themselves now watching her star.
Blues offered up pick 13. The Tigers would have had to give up pick 7 to get her. And Grace Egan with her first goal in AFLW football, and it was a beauty.
Certainly was. Richmond, if you are them, are you kicking yourself, Jace?
You'd have to be, wouldn't you? She's been one of the finds of the season. And it's 3 goals to 2. And here we go again out of the centre. Vesely coming out to attack it for the Blues was plain, couldn't control it. She's got Pound in support. Prasparkas feeds back to Jess Hosking, has to go back and win it. Run down by Exon, goes again, does Hosking. Shearlaw wins it, feeds it off to Guttridge. Drennan runs into Egan, taken by Vesely. Scrambles a kick inside 50. Harrington keeps it in front of herself. Gets a couple of metres on Ree Watt. Still paddles to her own advantage. Xenos coming in the other direction. Can she control it? She's under pressure from Edwards. Taken by Wilson. Watt slaps towards the line. Edwards keeps it alive. Prasparkas steps through traffic and Xenos. Kick smothered. Here's Patrikios. Steps inside Edwards. Feeds it back. Here's a chance for Kelly. She gets run down by McAvoy. Patrikios gives it off. Here's Drennan. Now Vesely from 45 goes long. Good position from Moody. Dropped the football, but the Blues have got some numbers. Wilson, Pound, Hosking, Prasparkas. Good pressure from Exon. Hot football at the moment. And eventually the Blues clear the zone through Hosking. Now it's a 2-on-2 contest. Getting there first is O'Neill. Does well, gets rid of the tackler. Gives it to McDonald. She manages to brush past Brazzali. Gives it to O'Neill. O'Neill will go to 50. It's a 2-on-1. Shearlaw provides the contest. At ground level, Wilson, Shearlaw keeps it alive. Pound takes it to the line.
Wow. This is a hot game of footy, and it's such high quality. You can just see how eager these sides are just to attack, to keep that ball inside their forward 50 and make the most of their opportunities in front of goal.
A minute and a half remaining in the opening term. Moody against Kelly. Prasparkas goes hunting it again. Here's McDonald. Puts the shepherd on, opens the door for Drennan, but she's immediately tackled by Brazzali. And as we said at the start of the game, Abs, 2 really well-drilled, organised teams, and that's what we're seeing.
They really are incredibly well organised. So as I said with St Kilda, we know that they have that defence-first mentality, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from an offensive style of play for them in the first quarter.
Certainly opening up the game more. It looks like a really, intentional game plan tonight that they've gone with to be a little bit more aggressive in attacking. They've looked to switch the ball, they've looked to find some space.
And they also know when to hold it up and to just steady, and they know when to run hot and go fast towards goal.
Moody over the back. Dalton to run onto. We've seen how dangerous she is. Gets it to G. Couldn't quite punch the handball through to Walker. Prasparkas just finds that football. She goes hunting it again. Puts her head down, breaks through, gets it going Carlton's way. The bounce beat Kelly, opens a door for Harris at the back. Kelly takes her down, handball at the back. Chance here for the Blues to put some pressure on through G, but Brown was up to the task. And Fitzpatrick goes laterally to O'Neill. 35 seconds left. O'Neill into the path of Exon. It was a well-weighted kick. Exon, aggressive kick into the middle again. The Saints looking to attack. Dalton in over the top. Vesely on the bottom, umpire says in the back. And the Saints might just get an opportunity here with 17 seconds left on the clock. Olivia Vesely with a quality shiner coming into the game. And there's Charlotte Wilson again. And that's the development that's pleasing the Carlton coaching staff. Their ability to read the play and sit in the hole has been outstanding the last couple of weeks. And that was an outstanding quarter of football. 3 goals to 2 Carlton's way. Entertaining contest. We've got a good one on Saturday night footy.